This is Diana Cooper reporting for AV News in Philadelphia. As graduation is coming up in May, a lot of students are faced with the issue of paying off their student loans. We set out to talk to experts and students about this current issue.
I'm going to have about $30,000 in student loans. If I pay like $300 a month after I graduate for 10 years, then I'll pay them off. There's one bill, I think, in the House of Representatives, the student loan debt forgiveness bill, that would actually be awesome for me if it got passed. Because then, instead of paying off your loans in full, if you paid 10% of your income for 10 years, then the rest of it will be forgiven. There are a lot of people who would normally be having a job who are going to grad school because the economy is bad. I don't think that there's a job for me if I don't have a higher degree. With like a bachelor's in sociology and political science, like what are you going to do with that? Not going to college is not really a choice anymore. It's either if you choose not to go to college, then you choose basically to never have a well-paying job.
The average amount of student loans is about $20,000, with 10% of college graduates having more than $50,000 in loans. The average time it takes to pay off loans is 10 years, but with the decline in the current economy, it could take about 20 to 30 years just to pay off.
We have high tuition compared to the rest of the country. Our tuitions are high for our public institutions. Our student loan rates are 3.4%, but in July there's a bill to double it. And I don't know if you've seen the president, he's been campaigning about maintaining that 3.4% interest rate to keep it low.
To see how much you have in student loans in the federal loans, you just go to nslds.ed.gov, click on Financial Aid Review, accept, and then enter your social security number, your name, date of birth, and a PIN given by the Department of Education.
Public school tuition, I think, has doubled over the last 15 years. The increase in tuition and the increase in student debt doesn't just fall from the sky. It's a result of a political process that's often called neoliberalization, where the government cuts tax rates, begins to privatize a lot of public goods, and doesn't fund basic human needs the way it used to. So if we had our priorities together, we could make higher education affordable. I think both the federal government and state governments have to fund higher education much more equitably and in a much more generous fashion. You can't say we shouldn't leave any children behind or everyone has to go to college and then not, as a society, help people afford college.
Hopefully you've learned some helpful tips about paying off your student loans and preparing for the future. Now's the time to start saving. Diana Cooper, AV News, Philadelphia.